Hello and welcome back to Just Code It. Today we're going to be creating an app that removes the background of a photo in a pretty simple way. Here's the finished app. We're just going to upload a photo. The photo we're going to upload is an astronaut photo. It processes it. You can either look at it side by side, zoom in, zoom out, and then the removed background. To perform this, we're using a package called rembg, which just removes the background of stuff. I might expand this app in the future to allow you to upscale it as well using one of the upscaling models on Hugging Face. For now, we're just using this removed background, and you can download the image after you're done. That is it. Let's just jump right into actually coding this thing. To start out, we're actually going to go down to the bottom and just set up this kind of default page. To do this, we're going to do st-right, then the page title. We're going to add the sidebar with upload. This is that upload button right here. And give it the types that we're going to allow for it to upload. After creating my upload, which is in the sidebar, it's this upload button right here. We're going to essentially check to see if a file has been uploading by seeing if it's not none. If it's not none, we're going to check the file size to make sure it doesn't exceed the max file size, which is 10 megabytes. We do the calculation up at the top. Then if it does exceed that, we throw a Streamlit error. If it does not exceed the max file size, we then fix the image, passing the uploaded file to the method fixImage. That is the user interface. Now let's scroll back up to the top and start coding some of these methods that actually do the functionality. The first method we have is convert image. We're just going to convert it to PNG so that we can have that transparent background preserved. We're doing an in-memory byte buffer to do this using bytes.bytes.io. Using those bytes from the buffer, we're going to save it as a PNG. Then we're just going to return the buffer values. After saving the image to a format, after converting the image to the correct format, we're then going to return all the values from the bytes.io object right here. Save that and move on. The next method that we're going to start working on is resize image. We're going to first grab the image and get the size of it. Then we're going to return the original image if it already is within the size limits. So we're just checking and return. We then calculate the dimensions based off the larger size. We will grab the max height or max size for the width. If the width is the largest, we will grab that max size, assign that to the new width, and then we will proportionally scale the height to that, and vice versa. We will assign the max size to the height and scale the width proportionally if the height is bigger. After we scale both the new width and the new height, we'll then return the resized image doing image.resize, give it the new width and the new height, and then we give it a downsampling technique. Moving on to the next one, we have process image up next, which you might have guessed, it processes the image. What it does is it has a try except with the image set to image.open, bytes.io, and pass it the image bytes. After opening the image, it then resizes the image using the max image size. After that, we then remove the background of the image using the remove method. This is a method that we imported from rembg. There's some other aspects you can add to it though. You can do BG color, only mask, some other things. I'm not super familiar with how images work, so if you want to mess around with this, you can. I find that just the remove and then passing in the image works just fine. After that, we're going to return the image, which is the original image, and then the processed image. If it fails or if an exception is thrown, we're going to do st-error and then print the error to the screen. The initialize progress UI is not super important. It's just a progress bar where we're just showing that it's being processed. You can leave that out if you want. Also, this update progress one just shows the updates to the progress bar. After creating those progress bars, we're going to do a load image bytes. If you give it a default image path, if you had a default image within your folder that you wanted to process right off the bat, this is what would handle it because it would check to make sure it's a string. If it is a string, it would check to see if it's a path. If it is a path, it would then use with open and open that image and return it. Otherwise, it would just use the standard get values from the Streamlit file uploader. After loading the image, we're going to display the results. If you remember, we have two results being displayed. We have the expander with the image, and then the stacked image. Right here is the expander, where we have column 1, column 2, and then we have the original image and then the fixed image, adding a caption and defining use container width. Here is the stacked images. Moving down, where we add a bit to the sidebar, where we add a download button. The download button has text download fixed image. It uses convert image as a method to take the fixed image and then download it. Default file name is fixed PNG, and file type is image PNG. Moving on, we have our final progress indicator or final progress, which just shows a progress bar with the text complete and then just shows the time it takes to process it. Last but not least, we have the fix image method. The fix image method is held within a try except. It has a start time and then it initializes the progress UI. How the update progress works is it's essentially a fancy print statement where we're just passing it the progress bar and the text and %done, which is arbitrary, and then loading image, and we're just going to change the text for each step. So first off, we have loading image because we're loading the image. Then another update progress where we're doing processing image dot, where we're actually processing the image from the loaded image bytes, which returns the original and the fixed. We're checking to see if they actually returned anything. If they did, we move on to another update where we do displaying results, calling the display results method, passing the original and the fixed. Finally, we call the finalize progress, which passes the same progress bar, status text, and start time. Then they accept, where we are going to st error and then print the error message, and error failed to process the image, and print the traceback to the console if hit an error. Just a bunch of error messages, essentially. Coming down here, we've already been over this, but we have the title, the sidebar, the uploaded file, and what kind of kicks it all off is this fix image. Fix image is the entry point, and it jumps in and starts running this. Let's actually look at the final image. Let's run this, and it looks like it's working. We have the original image and the update or the removed image, the background removed image. And it does a very good job. This remove background package is pretty damn good for just one line. That is it though. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. I'll leave the GitHub repo in the comments as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.